They say education is the key to success, but we at Epis Teg believe that it is not the only key. Listen and find out what these keys are and learn to master them. They will help you open many doors to communication and success.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Epis Teg Radio France. And today, all the way from Nigeria, I am interviewing a very young, vibrant human being who has just written a book. The title of the book is From Zeros to Heroes, okay? And that is very, very wonderful because I took time to read the book and I have, called him up to come and answer some questions about his book, about himself, and all of the things we would have to know from him. And so today, I want to start by asking him, can you briefly tell us exactly who you are, Mr. Victor Winners?
Wow, that's excellent. And thank you very much for that question. Actually, Victor Winners is actually a writer, author, and publisher of the Inspired Kid magazine. He is a Nigerian, born from a very humble background, and he's a sixth child in a family of 7. Was born some years back in the city of Calabar, that's Cross River State, Nigeria, and currently resides in Lagos, Nigeria. He loves writing. And besides writing, he loves inspiring people and motivating both young and adults to get to it. And I guess this is really coming up on him as a kind of burden because as growing up as a young person, he actually was lacking people to inspire him. He actually was looking up to people that motivate him to become something better. So this he wasn't actually able to get to see these people. He made himself available when he grew up to become someone that could be there for others that have been like him. So I see Victor Winners is someone that is burdened with a passion to liberate people from mediocrity. Actually been doing this for quite some time now, and this has pushed him to other spheres of life and it's giving him more responsibilities, just Victor Winners. That's who I see myself to be.
In my second question, because now that you've told us who you are exactly, I'd like us to delve into your book. And it said in your book, you made mention of attitude being at the center of success in life. How and when did you know that attitude plays a role in one's success?
Okay, I got to discover attitude. From this dictionary explanation of attitude, it is a kind of settled way of thinking. I got to see it as a kind of a settled manner of approach or a response to things. Back then, when I was in secondary school, I had so many things to battle up with. And one of them was when I got to my final year, the people that left brought you on tenure as the final year students, they were having a whole lot of failures because of the way they studied. They had a whole lot of issues, and because of that, most of my colleagues left school. I was one person that wasn't actually so committed to studies because I had a good memory and I was always at the top of the class. It didn't matter if I studied hard or not. But at a certain point in time, my dad wouldn't move me to another school, and I was left there with either I move ahead, change my attitude towards my studies and progress, or I just stay there and fail. So I had to decide. That was the point that I got to know that I need to do something about myself. Some of my colleagues left, but I couldn't leave. It just dawned on me that I had to do something. I took a step. I was forced to do it. So it wasn't actually something that I decided to do, but I had to do it anyway. And even after that, I left school. I got one of the best results after that. But then I still went back. Always, I'm one person that just loves to sit down and rest and pray and do a whole lot of things, covering up prayer and with laziness, because that's what I'll say. But then I failed woefully in the exams I had to take before getting to a tertiary institution. So I had to rediscover attitude as the center piece of the success I needed in life before I could make it true. It was when I just changed the way I felt towards my studies. I became more committed. Just imagine this is what I want, and he began to work towards it. That's when everything changed.
So you're saying that attitude is at the center, and this thing can be applied to anybody, anywhere in this world.
Exactly. Attitude is at the center of every success every person might be looking for in life. You don't just, you can't feel negatively towards what you want, a positive effect. If you need success, then you have to feel and think success. And once you think success, you begin to work towards succeeding. You are committed to it. That's just how it works.
Wonderful. That's great. So the thing is, do you know or do you have any recipes for anybody who is not having a good attitude about any particular thing worrying him or her in life? Do you have any recipe for the person, for example?
I will just tell that person, the thing that happened, just change your attitude. This is about change to a positive attitude.
Okay, when you say that, excuse me, when you say change, is it possible? Is it easy to change? Or did you do anything particularly that really made it change? Because when you say change, how do you do it? Because I like practical things. How do you do it? When you wake up in the morning, you just say, today I change my attitude. How do you do it?
It's not exactly like that. It's the process. You don't just overhaul everything. Attitude is something that kind of builds up. You don't take a single day to change your attitude, but it's about commitment. Okay, first of all, you desire to change, then you are committed to changing it. Now, I needed a change. I needed a positive change in the result I've been having. I desired to move from where I was to where I wanted to be. So, okay, I always love to pray and just relax and pray. Oh God, I need help me out. And I read a little, just studied a little bit more, just pray more. That's what I did. But after a while, I discovered this is what I need. This is not the result I need anymore. So I just had to increase the time I used to study.
Okay.
Increase the time I used to read. Just had to change gradually until I got the right attitude I needed and I got the result I wanted.
Okay, so the process is you identifying exactly what you want and then finding somehow to do it.
Yes. Identify what you want. After identifying it, stay committed to getting it. You're not going to get it in a single day, but you're actually going to get it once you are committed to it. That's just it.
The program you just listened to was brought to you by Epis Teg Radio France. Thank you for listening.